each other. Welcome to the video of the day. Welcome back to the video of the day. I'm NLK3, short for Normal Lloyd King III. The video is designed to entertain, enlighten, and support. And I wanted to talk about today the fact that we all need each other, okay? In life, I feel that everyone has their own ecosystems that are like influencers that have their ecosystems of people, and YouTubers that have their ecosystems of people, and tech companies, and all these different religious groups, and you know, Black Life Matters, Blue Life Matters, and all these things that segregate us, right? We put ourselves in categories, we put ourselves in segments, we put ourselves in these ways of thinking, and then we let the past dictate the outcome of our future when someone takes advantage of us or someone makes us feel less than, and then we feel that no one's gonna understand us or no one's gonna be there for us. If you went through a marriage or a hard breakup, or your parents weren't there for you, and it's never gonna be the same. But this is the thing, we all need each other. If it wasn't for us as a human species on the planet that we live called Earth, like literally, if it was just one person, like that person wouldn't be able to survive. We need each other to survive. We need each other for the fact that we can be white, and we can be black, and we can be Asian, and we can be Hispanic, and we can be Indian, and we can speak different languages. We can do different things. We have different skill sets. We have different knowledge. We have different things that we all can add to contribute to the world that we live, which is this earth. And it's sad that so many people are in their own ecosystems, and how technology is not doing so much of this and it's doing so much of this. It's having someone over here that feels that people are out to get them, and they feel that they're not good enough because their social media is only where it's at. And then you have people over here that are influencers that are dominating all of these people and what they're thinking about, and what they're doing, and what they believe in. And some are good that are motivating people, and some are not so good that really are trying to motivate people, but maybe their best interest isn't at heart to influence people to really help them have success in the long term. And this is the thing, why is it that if something was to happen, like catastrophically happen, like literally like aliens or another life form from another planet or galaxy or universe has to come into our reality on this tiny little peon of a Earth that we're on? Because if you think about the realistic thought process of planet Earth is like a tiny star in a galaxy with billions of stars and billions of planets and an infinite amount of universes. I mean, we say we have numbers and logistics based off of what we think is true as far as how many galaxies and different Earths and we don't know. At the end of the day, why is it that something has to happen outside of this planet for us to come together? Why does there need to be war, right? Why does there need to be war and democracy, and why do people need to hate on each other, and why do people need to be so hateful and really not really support each other? Why do people have to put themselves in their own categories, and why can't people be more supportive towards each other? And why does something absolutely terrible have to happen in order for us to wake up and be like, oh my God, this is crazy, and you know, this is something that maybe we should all think about? Because at the end of the day, we need each other. We need to support each other. We need to help each other. We need each other to grow and to prosper and to have massive amount of success. Because if we don't have each other, and we don't have each other to help each other so we can have more massive amount of success, then what's gonna happen? We're basically just going to get to a place where we have more segregation, we have more issues, and then what? Then we're gonna have something where we get to a point where, I mean, war? Massive war? I mean, no disrespect, and I love my father-in-law, but in his mind, he feels that he needs to stock up on guns and all these other things because something's gonna happen in the reality that we live. Why are people thinking at all that there's gonna be an actual downfall in the world that we live, where everyone's gonna be like this and we need to start all over again because we're so segregated, because we're so on our own spectrums. Like, tell you the truth, government, democracy, all that stuff, like governance, ordinance, all that type of stuff, like war, fighting over territory, that's archaic. That is not where we're headed coming in to the next century that we're gonna be moving into. That's not the way of the world. That's not the way that humans come together, because if we came together and we had unity on a massive scale in the world, we could have more massive success. Because with all of the things that are out there that are sidetracking us and making us stay on our top of our, oh my God, social media, what's happening, blah, blah, the media, the news, everything, all the noise, all the segregation. If we came together and we could be on the same understanding that, hey, if we don't get our act together and we don't really work on alternative solutions, which we're already doing to energy and the garbage and the waste and everything that's happening with, carbon and everything that's happening with the freaking earth itself, like, we're gonna have a problem, because the earth can't withstand the way that the human reality is taking us moving forward. So either we're gonna reset and everything goes bye-bye and we start all over again, or we're gonna get to the point where we say, we have to come together, we have to unite, and we have to do something to make a difference in this world. Whether you believe this to be true or not, it's going to happen. Whether you're open-minded or not, we need to get to a point in the reality that we live to understand that there needs to be a change. We need to come together. We need to be able to support each other and help each other and understand that we're dealing with a much larger issue here than just being segregated or, say for instance, war or whatever the case may be. We're dealing with a human problem of disconnection and the earth not being able to withstand our pollution and the waste that we're giving off, and because we're not moving quick enough as a unity for alternative fuels and ways to be able to fuel our earth and to be able to protect our earth and look at potential other galaxies and worlds that are out there, like, it's mind-boggling to me that there's so much infinite opportunity outside of the earth that we live, that we're so engulfed with social media and sex and drugs and look at this ass and look at these tits and look at this actor and look at this movie and let's entertain each other. How about we freaking try to find out what's out there? Why don't we explore different universes? Why don't we get out of this bubble that we live in? The bubble is the earth, and really push ourselves outside of our comfort zones to really be able to explore other possibilities and other realities. Because the more that we think it's okay just to keep on having kids and just have our family and then have 4, 5, 6, 10 kids, that's not sustainable. Okay? What's gonna happen for our kids' kids and moving on down the evolution? We really need to think about this, and I really would appreciate it if you could take this in consideration and share this video, because this should be a video that gets shared to millions of people, because it's serious. And there's activists and people out there and children out there right now that are traveling the world, that are putting together crowds of people based off trying to protect our earth and climate change. That's one big part of it. But climate change is just one part of a bigger piece of this puzzle, because we also have social media and not connecting and segregation and putting ourselves into different categories where, guess what? We shit, we eat, we sleep, we drink, everything the same. We have one heart, we have one brain, we have 2 eyes, we have 2 ears, we have 1 nose, we have 1 mouth. It doesn't matter who you are, where you come from, it doesn't matter your language, it doesn't matter where you are on this earth, we're all on this bubble together. And the fact of the matter is, if we can all help each other come together, we can be one amazing unit that can take our possibilities to new stratospheres with technology, with waste, with our ecosystem, with looking at other planets, with exploring the vast world of the universe, and get out of our own way, because we can't get out of our own way because he said this or she said this, or we got to stick with high school ways. And then we talk about how history repeats itself. I'm going to be straight up right now. History doesn't need to repeat itself. That's the archaic way of thinking. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, hoping for another outcome. So the whole economy going down and everything that we're talking about is ridiculous. The economy doesn't need to go up and down. The ecosystem that we live in with politics and how things repeat itself and the wars and look at history, excuse my language, fuck history. We need history and understand what our founding fathers did to get us where we're at today. And we need to look at where we're at today. Where do we want to go in the future? And what do we need to do to keep the world that we live sustainable? It's a bigger equation here that I think we all should think about. Now I just got on a complete rant and rave, 10 minutes in. I appreciate your time. This is the video of the day. Something in consideration. Please thumbs up, please subscribe, share the video. Until the next one.